mean, it's a good question. I just think, it's a lot of things were going on last year. So I think it was a lot deeper than just having a team together, So, um, it's always been a next man up league, but I really can't really just put my finger on it to say like, we doing this more than we did last year. Obviously, I didn't play a lot of games last year, so it's hard for me to give you like a full analysis. But I think just this year, I think we understand like it's not going to be given to us. I think you think coming off the Super Bowl, like you're just going to be right back there or even close, and maybe that knocked the edge off a little bit. And this year it's kind of like no matter what kind of team we got, we know we got to go out there and play the game. No, I'm just saying it was just a lot. Like I said, we had the Super Bowl loss. You know, I myself wasn't at camp. Um, just a lot going on. Of course. Yeah, I mean, just when you're in that huddle, it's only one voice speaking, right? And you got 10 grown men staring at you, and you can't fool grown men, right? And the confidence that he has in that huddle, no matter what phase of the game, those long play calls, just getting everybody where they need to be. I mean, he from A to Z, he does it at a really high level, and I say it all the time. He's a godsend, man, for us to get him where we got him, and obviously he's getting what he deserves now. But you can't even tell he's still the same guy, still the same guy from his rookie year. He's just a baller, man. I mean, you play the game to win a Super Bowl, right? There's no second place, there's no third place, no consolation prize. So I think every team feels like if we can't win the Super Bowl, it's like there's no way I can call this season a success. Do I call it a bust? And I wouldn't call it a bust. I think that's a harsh term. But the goal is to compete for a Super Bowl. And, if you're not doing that, then I don't think you can say that you accomplished the goals you set out to. I mean, for me personally, because I was here, right? Last year, it's hard for me to put my finger on it because I was away. But this year, like I said, I think it was just we knew that like we had the team that can compete, but we knew it wasn't going to be one of those things we just walked through everybody how we did in 23. We knew that we was going to have to, ride together a little bit tighter. We was going to have to, play a little harder. And he was going to have to, we're going to have to make plays. Big time players making big time money was going to have to make plays. It wasn't going to be a season where we can defer to anybody, right? You gotta have your best players playing their best. So I think that's the difference. But like I said, it's hard for me to tell you that that wasn't the case last year because I wasn't here. It's really important. It's important. It's not end all be all, but it's definitely important. We got two playoff teams coming up, so I'm just more excited to see how we match up. Can we continue to play the football that we're proud of, the football that we played tonight? Because it's a great chance that we could see one of those two teams in the playoffs as well. So, I'm not really the number one seed. Obviously, it's a path to that, but it's not the number one thing in our mind right now, especially not mine. I just think we need to get to the point where we're playing the football that we know can win football games. And we take that into the playoffs, anything can happen. Yeah, for sure. I think it brought us closer together. Um, but I'd be lying to tell you that it didn't affect us. It affected us. It affected everybody. Seeing, your leader, the best linebacker in the game on the ground, hearing that, you know, your one of your other leaders, Nick Bosa, one of the best DNs in the league, has torn his ACL. It's really hard to take that and just say, all right, next man up. I'd be sitting here lying if I told you that was the case. But, I think it brought us closer together. It gave other guys a chance to step up. And, guys like Tatum, we're really happy for him. So the team just kind of surrounded him, coddled around him, and just, we knew how important this opportunity was for him. We really wanted him to play good. I think he sees his opportunity. You look at getting Cleve back because of the depth at the end and what he's done for us. I think it all matters. It all matters, and I think it all made us closer.